In 1936, Nat Levine, working for the newly formed Republic Pictures, decided to produce a film featuring McDonald's trio. Robert Livingston was cast as Stony Brook, the charming romantic lead. Ray Corrigan played his irritable but dependable buddy, Tuscan Smith, and Sid Saylor was their comic relief sidekick, Lullaby Jocelyn. Robert Livingston, born Robert Edward Randall, an ingratiating young actor who had mainly done uncredited bit parts and small supporting roles up to this point, was being groomed by Republic as their next big star. He would play Zorro in The Bold Caballero later that year, and also starred in the serial The Vigilantes Are Coming, as the Eagle, a Zorro-like vigilante.
First move will be your last. I sent word that I'd be here.
He had a long and successful stay at Republic before replacing George Houston as the lone writer for PRC.
How? By taking the play away from me, and don't worry about it. If you get in trouble, I'll help you out. Now, come on. This way. Oh.
Born Raymond Bennett, Ray Crash Corrigan had begun his career as a physical fitness instructor for actors. He became a stuntman in the 1930s and appeared, often, dressed as an ape in movies like Tarzan and His Mate. Earlier in 1936, he had appeared with Livingston in The Vigilantes Are Coming, and starred in another Republic serial, Undersea Kingdom, a Flash Gordon-style sci-fi adventure in which Ray plays a character named Crash Corrigan, an alias he would use for the rest of his career.
Dad, you've got to listen to Crash. He's our friend.
Who are you?
Son of renowned engineer George Saylor, who died tragically when he was only 11 years old, Leo Saylor discovered his comedic talents at a young age when he joined a local actors group on the advice of his uncle Ed, a former member of Max Dennett's Keystone Cops. Ed urged his nephew to go to Hollywood, and, with his connections, Ed, now known as Sid Saylor, became a successful character actor. His bulging eyes, stuttering vocal patterns, and prominent Adam's apple gave Saylor a distinctive demeanor. By the time he was cast as Lullaby, he had been featured as a supporting actor in hundreds of films. He would continue being cast as the comic relief in westerns after leaving the Mesquiteers, though he never seemed to stay in one place for very long.
But you got your money back.
Why don't you let us be, Miss Phoebe? We didn't mean no harm.
Get started.
Maybe I got something to say about what can be done in my own place.
You better do what the lady says.
This film, simply titled The Three Mesquiteers, sees Tuscan and Stoney help out a group of World War I veterans who have set out to settle in the San Juan Basin in New Mexico. Lullaby has not yet joined the trio in this first installment, and is instead among the veterans.
Farming land? Is it? Why, listen, the soil is so rich, even the fence posts take root and grow. What do you want to do? Let him move in and take all this away from us? Chances are a little discouragement might stop him.
When the group is menaced by the Canfield brothers, ranchers who want to keep the new homesteaders away from their grazing land, Tuscan and Stoney offer them protection.
Keep going west. You'll be better off.
Just a minute. What's the idea of trying to steer these people into the desert?
It might save them a heap of trouble. They won't make good anyway. I don't see a he-man among them.
These boys have got something that you could never see. Remember, they just won a war.
A series of accidents fails to scare the homesteaders off, and the ranchers resort to more violent means.
Cut him loose.
So it's up to the two companions and their newfound friend Lullaby to bring them to justice.
Gosh, thanks.
This film was shot on location at Lone Pine, California, and the production had to be halted for several weeks when Bob Livingston was accidentally shot in the leg.
Told those guys they might need me.
Yakima Canutt, who would appear in small uncredited roles in many of the later films in the series, was a stuntman on this film. Canutt, who would later go on to oversee some of Hollywood's greatest stunts, was the stunt coordinator for most of the Mesquiteers films.